me just reflect a little bit of how we've utilized big data and analysis of the big data in oncology. So this began probably about 13, 14 years ago when we had entered the area of cancer genomics, where we could identify the major oncogenic drivers of cancer, PI3 kinase, RAS, PTEN mutations, and the like. We're actually still applying those kinds of technologies to understand how cancers evolve after therapy and how those mechanisms of resistance occur. And hence, that particular kind of big data approach is now being utilized in all fields. For example, in the area of asthma, but just by understanding the genes that give rise to increased risk of asthma, we have been able to identify different subsets of patients with different genetic risks. And the identification of these novel genes allows us to be able to pursue new pathways and match those targeted therapies to that specific subset of asthmatic patients. At Genentech, we've been very heavily biased on understanding how human genetics can contribute to human diseases. So in the case of inflammatory bowel diseases, there have been over 350 genes that have been demonstrated to increase risk for the development of Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. But by studying this collection of genes, we've actually been able to define three major subsets or pathways that these genes belong to. And based on this data, we're actually advancing a clinical candidate in phase 1 clinical studies to target inflammatory bowel disease. One of our major focus areas in Genentech is basic science discovery, and we pride ourselves in the phenomenal discoveries that we make at Genentech. And in reality, we only do about less than 0.01% of all the basic science discovery in the world. So it is very important for us to be able to access the scientific discoveries and the scientific minds that are around the world. There are a lot of terrific and well-accomplished scientific investigators in France, and the Roche Institute is a wonderful partner for us to be able to access those scientific insights. And through the efforts of the Roche Institute, we've been able to partner with very key academic investigators that are making major scientific discoveries in France.